On this channel, I do the testing so you don't have to. AI tools, platforms, strategies, I cut through the noise and give you what actually matters. So if that's your kind of thing, hit subscribe now and let's get into it.
All right, so everyone keeps saying 2026 is the year of AI agents. And honestly, I was skeptical too, because the hype is everywhere right now. And most of the time when I actually sit down and test these tools, they either don't work the way they're advertised or there's some paywall hiding 3 clicks deep that nobody warned you about. So I decided to actually find out. I took 4 of the most talked about AI agent tools, gave them the exact same task and pushed each one to see what really happens when you move past the demo and try to build something real. And here's the thing, the results were genuinely surprising, not all of them in a good way. So in this video, I'm walking you through all 4 platforms, N8N, ChatGPT, Claude, and Base 44 super agents. We're looking at setup experience, output quality, ease of use, and pricing. No hype, no fluff, just what actually works and what doesn't. Let's get into it. So before we jump into each tool, let me show you exactly what task I gave them, because keeping it fair is the whole point here. Every tool got this exact prompt. Research the current state of electric vehicles in 2026, most popular brands, battery range improvements, charging infrastructure, pricing trends, and consumer adoption. Deliver the output as a clean, structured report with key takeaways at the end, and then a follow-up prompt. Compile the report as a PDF and send it via email. Simple enough, right? Research, structure, deliver. That's a real workflow that a real person might actually need. And the gaps between these tools on something this straightforward, pretty eye-opening. Let's go. So first up, N8N. And look, if you've seen my previous video on N8N, you know it's a powerful tool. But let's see how it handles this specific test. N8N is built around a node-based system. So instead of just typing a prompt, you're literally building a workflow by connecting blocks together. Each block does one thing: fetch data, process it, send it somewhere. Very visual, very flexible. The problem is, and this is real, the setup is the most demanding of all 4 tools we tested. Before you even start, you need to grab an API key from a third-party provider, configure it manually inside N8N, and then build your workflow from scratch. Their AI assistant can help generate the workflow, which is what we used. But even then, it doesn't always get it right on the first try. You'll be troubleshooting. So in terms of speed, this was the slowest by a pretty wide margin. Something breaks, you fix it. Something else needs adjusting. It's not a clean run. Now the output, here's where it gets frustrating. The workflow technically runs. You get a structured report. It looks fine on the surface. But when you actually read it, the data is outdated. N8N in this setup pulled from its training data rather than live sources. So the 2026 EV report is actually referencing 2023 information. For this specific task, that's a real problem. Ease of use. Honestly, the hardest of the 4. Node-based thinking is a different mental model, especially if you're not technical. It's not impossible, but it expects patience and a certain comfort level with figuring things out as you go. On pricing, N8N has a free self-hosted community edition where you run it on your own infrastructure. The cloud version starts at $24 per month for the starter plan, $60 per month for Pro, and $800 per month for business. Enterprise is custom pricing, so powerful tool, absolutely. But for this kind of straightforward research to delivery workflow, it adds more friction than it removes. All right, next, ChatGPT. And yeah, most people watching this have probably used it before, so I'll keep this efficient. ChatGPT runs entirely inside the browser. No setup, no API keys, no configuration. You open it, type your prompt, and it goes. That's genuinely it. Speed, the full task was done in around 4 minutes. That includes the structured report and handling the follow-up PDF prompt. Quick, smooth, no interruptions. Output quality, solid. The report is well structured, covers all the requested sections, and the information is current and accurate, no complaints there. Now, the follow-up prompt. The PDF compiled fine, but here's where ChatGPT hits its limit. It cannot send emails directly. So the last step of the workflow, the delivery, you have to do manually. Download the PDF, open your email client, send it yourself. It's a small thing, but it means the workflow isn't fully automated end to end. Ease of use, very easy. Probably the most familiar interface for most people. Pricing, free tier with limited access. Plus plan is $20 per month. Pro is $200 per month for heavier usage. So ChatGPT is reliable and fast, but it stops short at that last step. Great general assistant, not a complete agent for this workflow. So, Claude from Anthropic. And this one was interesting. Claude runs at Claude AI entirely in the browser. Same deal. No installation, no setup, no configuration needed. You open it, start a conversation, enter your prompt. Works on desktop and mobile the same way. The task finished in around 5 minutes, slightly slower than ChatGPT, but the process ran cleanly from start to finish. No retries, no interruptions. Output quality genuinely strong. The report is thorough, well organized, covers everything that was asked, and the information is accurate and current. It doesn't feel rushed. Now the follow-up prompt, and this is where Claude actually separates itself from ChatGPT. The PDF compiled correctly, and Claude was able to handle the email delivery step. So unlike ChatGPT, Claude completes the full workflow end to end without requiring any manual steps from you. Ease of use, very straightforward. If you've used any chat-based AI before, there's basically no learning curve here. Pricing, free tier with limited usage. Pro plan is $20 per month, max 5x is $100 per month, max 20x is $200 per month. So Claude sits at a similar price point to ChatGPT, but completes the full workflow. That's a meaningful difference for this specific use case. And then there's Base 44 Super Agents. And this one genuinely caught me off guard. Base 44 is a platform and Super Agents is their built-in AI agent feature. So it's not something you connect externally. It's already inside the platform. You describe your task and it runs. Setup, there is none. Literally. No API keys, no nodes, no configuration. You open it, type your prompt, it starts immediately. Speed. This was the fastest of all four. The full task, research, structured report, PDF, and email delivery done in around 3 minutes. That includes everything. Output quality, clean, complete, current. All sections included, information accurate for 2026, nothing missing. The follow-up prompt, PDF compiled correctly, and Base 44 prompted to connect your email for delivery. The full workflow worked on the first try, no hiccups. Ease of use, honestly the most accessible of the four. There's no technical background required. You type what you need, it handles the rest. Pricing, Base 44 runs on a credit system. Free plan gives you 25 message credits per month with a daily cap of 5. Paid plans start at $20 per month, starter, $50 per month, builder, $80 per month, pro, and $160 per month, elite. Higher plans increase credits and agent runs. All right, so stepping back and looking at all four together. N8N is genuinely powerful for complex custom workflows, especially if you're technical and you want full control over every step. But for something as straightforward as this test, the setup overhead just isn't worth it, and the outdated output is a real problem for research tasks. ChatGPT is reliable and easy, but that missing email step means you're still doing part of the job manually. For a lot of use cases, that's fine, but if you want a complete automated workflow, it's not quite there. Claude surprised me. It completed the full workflow cleanly, and the output quality was strong. If you're already in the Anthropic ecosystem, this is a solid option. And Base 44 Super Agents, look, the results speak for themselves. Fastest setup, fastest output, full end-to-end delivery on the first try. For a non-technical user who just wants to get something done without dealing with configuration, it's the smoothest experience of the four. None of these tools are perfect. They all have trade-offs, but depending on what you actually need, the right choice is pretty clear once you've seen them side by side. So that's the breakdown. 4 AI agent tools, same task, very different results. Links to all 4 platforms are in the description below so you can explore them yourself. Now here's what I want to know from you. Which of these 4 tools are you most likely to actually try, and why? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one and I'm genuinely curious where people land on this. If this video was useful, a like and subscribe helps a lot. It tells YouTube to show this to more people who are into AI tools, which is the whole reason I make these. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.